Hello, Focused Femmes. I am Andrea Tremarkey, an ADHD coach with ADHD. So, you were diagnosed with ADHD. First of all, welcome to our distracted little club. You're one of us now. Receiving that diagnosis can be a life-changing kick in the head. When I was diagnosed with ADHD, I had so many questions. How could my parents have missed this? How could my doctors have missed this? What would my life look like if someone or anyone had recognized the signs when I was a child? There's no question more important than what the heck do I do now? I cannot tell you what to do next. I can share with you what helped me. Let's get started. Allow yourself to grieve. Grief is a response to loss, and your ADHD diagnosis is a loss. It's the loss of who you thought you were, what you thought your life would be, and what your life could have been. There's no shortcut through grief. You cannot go around it. You have to go through it. Allow yourself to mourn, cry, and feel sad. That's the only way to process your loss. Know that you aren't alone. Yes, your life would probably be different if you were diagnosed earlier. Does it suck? Heck yes, it sucks. Absolutely. Something I learned in my own process is that there is such a lack of understanding in the world when it comes to ADHD, even among doctors. And there was much less understanding of it when I was a kid in the 80s. Many doctors viewed, and some still view, ADHD as being a disorder of hyperactive little boys. And if doctors believed that, it makes sense that they wouldn't have noticed it in me. Back then, and still today, ADHD is often missed in girls because they commonly present with the inattentive symptoms of ADHD, like daydreaming, impulsive talking, or being a chatty Cathy, and a lack of focus. Of course, I wasn't diagnosed. So many women are diagnosed with ADHD later in life. And while that does not change how frustrating and how scary this experience can be, it helps to know that you're not alone in this. There are so many of us who've gone through and are going through the same things you are right now. And there is actually some good news in this. Our world knows so much more about ADHD than it ever has before, and there is so much less misconception. So those little girls coming up after us hopefully won't go through what we've gone through. They won't have to go through years of struggle and wondering, why is everything so hard for me? Empower yourself. Knowledge is power. Learning all you can about ADHD will empower you to make choices that are right for you as you navigate this process. You have to learn about this new brain of yours. There are so many amazing resources for learning about your ADHD. Here are some of my favorites. Books. There are so many great books out there for ADHD people. Here are some that really helped me. You Mean I'm Not Lazy, Stupid, or Crazy by Kate Kelly and Peggy Raimundo. The ADHD Effect on Marriage by Melissa Orlov. Driven to Distraction by Edward Hallowell. Online resources. You can find a ton of helpful resources online. Attitude Magazine is a great online resource with a variety of articles, guides, and resources. CHAD, or Children and Adults with Attention Deficit Disorder, is another great ADHD information resource. Social media. There are so many incredible social media creators dedicated to ADHD education and supporting ADHD people. These are some of my favorites. For Instagram, I love ADHD Doers, at ADHD Alien, and How to ADHD. Podcasts. ADHD Rewired with Eric Tivers is incredible. Translating ADHD with Cameron Gott and Shelley Collins. I actually did my mentor coach training with Cameron Gott, and he is a great coach, as is Shelley Collins. Find support. We all need support. We especially need it most from those in our lives. Ask for the kindness, patience, and love of your loved ones as you go through this process. Outside support is so important too. It's helpful to know that you are not alone in this. These are some excellent resources to utilize. CHAD offers free support groups for people with ADHD. Facebook support groups. There are many Facebook support groups for ADHD people. These are some of my favorites. Focused Femmes. Focused Femmes is a support group for women with ADHD. The group is supportive, encouraging, and completely non-judgmental. Focused Femmes is LGBTQIA+ inclusive, and I also happen to found this group, so check it out. Attitude is a support group for adults with ADHD. This group offers positive connection and support without judgment or criticism. Decide if medication is a part of your journey. Medication may or may not be part of this process for you. Whatever you decide for yourself is okay. You certainly can live a successful, fulfilled life without it. When you live your life without a diagnosis, you spend a lot of time spinning your wheels. Medication can help you find some traction. When you witness what you're capable of with a medicated brain, it can go a long way in helping you accept your diagnosis. Medication is not going to fix everything, but it sure can help you struggle less. Find outside help. As you go through the process of learning about and accepting your ADHD, a lot of emotions and even trauma can come up. You may find it beneficial to process through these with a qualified therapist. A therapist will be there to support you on this journey. When you've gone through the grieving process and have worked through the emotional part of the diagnosis, you may find it helpful to collaborate with a trained ADHD coach. A qualified ADHD coach will be available to help you identify your goals and the barriers that are preventing you from reaching them. You'll work with your coach to find the systems, skills, and strategies to help you move forward into living the life that you want with ADHD. Know that you don't have to change everything all at once. When ADHD people want to make a change, there's a tendency to want to change everything all at the same time. And while this can feel like the right thing in the moment, it usually isn't very sustainable. Any changes you want to make or habits you want to form are going to take time. Please don't think that you have to do it all at once. We have to allow ourselves time to process these new changes and all of the new things that you're learning. Change will come. Be patient with yourself. I know that you are going through it right now. You are processing so much and might be dealing with some grief. You have a lot of weight on your shoulders right now. Please trust that it won't be this way forever. Going through this will help you understand yourself so much better. You are doing a good job, and it is going to be okay. I promise.